So doing another video on this, it's been a while, so I don't remember what I was talking about last time. Bimini is, I have to get it figured out how I'm going to be mounting it, where I'm going to put the mounting points. I had this for ballast, it's not really being used anymore, so I just have to take this off the boat now. The boat's by the airport, so that's why you're always going to see it. It always gets streaks very quickly. But anyways, I've been opening and closing the hatches, so that's why that's off. Cleats are now in place. The new rudder beds. Custom fuel tank. New bilge pump. We have an underwater light down there somewhere. Zip wake installed and functional. I have two vents over here because I have helm AC, because I have the AC unit located in the brow of the vessel. I'm going to just touch on a lot of things at one time. So here I have the lithium battery banks. This is the house battery bank. So we have 3 lithium batteries, 250 amp hours apiece, so 750 amp hours total of lithium. This is the wiring that has been redone. Amplifier for sub, amplifier for standard speakers. Haven't gotten those in, wires are ran. There I have the Infinity head unit. I have a Victron BMV 712 to view what's happening from shore power. The inverter's a Magnum 2800 watt true sine wave. I added a breaker panel and a meter up here so I could see what the voltage was at from the dock and what kind of amperage I'm drawing. Over here I have the display for the air conditioner. The fridge is a Vertifrigo C85IX. Plenty of room, great fitment. The only thing that came across was the height, so we had to do a modification and fill up this space over here. But this is really the minimum size that I think is useful. I have the holding tank for the toilet mounted behind this. Have the head. So since I mounted there's a step behind the fridge, and I mounted the holding tank on that step in a way with the drain on the bottom of it, with a discharge through hole and a valve that I keep closed, and then whenever I'm out, then we can empty that out. There's a new freshwater pump in here, new tank. Let's talk about a little bit more about the air conditioner. I'm sorry for all the stuff everywhere. I've just been playing with a few things. So you'll see over here I have 2 Victron Orion DC to DC chargers that I'm hooking up now. So these are to be able to charge from the lithium house and charge the engine batteries. Engine batteries are mounted over here. Back over here is my alternator controller. There's my inverter. This is the shunt for the BMV 712. So the shunt, the battery monitor, we're looking in the front over there. But so since I have lithium batteries, it's very important to charge them with alternators that are capable of that. So this has a surge protector built in so that when the batteries are fully charged, and the BMS disconnects. Rather than damaging the alternators, this takes up the surge and protects the alternators from having any damage. Down in here, I have the fuel tank, air conditioning pump over here. So I have intakes on the bottom, the Groco inlet strainers, not the speed scoop, but it's a specific strainer. That way I don't need a strainer on the vessel. All the mesh is on the exterior of the vessel. Looking at that little pump that you see in here, and just to clarify again, it's this. This is my air conditioning pump. And you can see over here the amount of flow that we're getting out of that pump. And that's pumping water up to the bridge and then back down again. So unit, we have the return for it over here. I have a custom plenum, that way I'm taking in only the return from the cabin, putting it into the unit, and then I have one discharge on the port side, another discharge on the starboard side, and then I have the 2 3-inches that I just keep closing the flybridge unless I'm in the flybridge. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to turn on the 2 engines. So I'll let the blowers run for a few minutes. Just in the meantime, since I'm dealing with carbureted engines, you can see here, I'm running only one engine. With that one engine running, I'm actually putting 50 amps back into the battery. So I'm gonna have to play with the idles, because right now my idle set to 1000 RPM, so I'm gonna have to play with that. And then we can look over here at the display for the alternators. I'm getting 50 amps from the alternator. Next step is to clean up in here a little bit. I just added a lot more stuff than I should have. I'm going to turn on the engine room lights. So I switched to electronic battery switches. So this is starboard side engine, port side engine, this is house. These are the new alternators, so they're Electromax alternators, 120 amps a piece, which is the most I could do without having to switch from a single V-belt. So I've stayed that route. And then I have the field control module. So it is a bit of a complex system. You're going to have the alternator. So we'll look at this side. I have the alternator, I have the field control module, then I have that junction you saw inside, so that's the BCM, and then inside, and then I have that separate monitor that's doing all the communication. That one right over there, which is also an EMA 2000, so it'll be eventually hooked up to the GPS unit when I get one in place. Then for shore power charging, I went this route, although now it's a bit excessive for what I needed to do because this is now only charging the engine cranking batteries. So 75 amps to charge that is a little bit unnecessary, and especially since I have the DC-to-DC chargers. So I may be eliminating that once again to open up more space in here. You can already see I took out the once again took out the batteries from here, because what's important to me is having access around the motors. This box is just stuff that I'm taking off the boat as I complete projects. I'm just trying to get things more cleaned up. And then anchor, that's going to go too because the missus didn't want to be throwing the anchor. So I'm going to be putting in a windlass. I wanted to keep that front piece, so I'm actually doing a through the bow anchor, and then making a modification to be able to have the windlass up top, but it's going to be a different configuration than most people are used to. I guess for now, that's some good information on what we have. Boat's in the water, boat is floating, so that's good and happy. I put these on. These weren't on originally, but I do have little kids, so I found it important to put those guardrails back on again. Through here, I can't see anything. Give me 1 second, I'll get some light over there. So I actually went a different route than most people thought I would, and I ended up going with a 115 volt unit. It is a variable speed unit, but it's still 115. It's a 17,000 BTU. And I'm running that off of the inverter. So the reason why I went with the 110 was to be able to test that system. It is a bit too powerful for this boat. So I'm looking for, I'm likely going to be making some changes to it. So here you can see the opposite end of the unit. So here we're looking at all the ductwork coming off. I have the blower right under here. So I'm teeing off with the unit. Off the unit I come in with a 6-inch to a 4-inch. That 4-inch is splitting into a 4 and a 3. And so that way when I am driving in the flybridge, I can open this vent and I can blow air on myself. Or whoever's with me. I think I might have the only 28, Bertram 28 with helm air. Just another overall angle over here. And if I repeated some stuff, I apologize. Just trying to go over some of the stuff happening on this boat now.